Good morning, everyone. What a privilege to be speaking to you this morning. Another day ahead of us, halfway through the week. Our daily nugget for today is doing well. Your works are noticed. You know, in this current situation, we have been immobilized and to a certain extent frozen, that we're not sure whether we should protect ourselves or whether we should help others, and what does that mean for us. But if you have traveled like most of us have across the world and you go into an aeroplane, one of the first things they do before takeoff is they go through the safety procedures. And one of the things in those safety procedures, they tell you that you are to make sure that you secure yourself before you help children and before you help others. And you know, that could sound like such a selfish approach because it means you're just taking care of yourself before you're taking care of other people. But that's for an undiscerning listener. The real deal is, can you actually take care of others when you are not well? So the whole point of this is make sure that you are secure, that you are in a stable condition, and once you are stable, that you can help others to do that. And that it ties nicely into where we are right now. We have seen in our communities, and daily we go through that, we have seen grown men and grown women that have not grown out of the dependence on their parents, on their families, where their families were supposed to depend on them. They are still becoming a dependency and a burden. And so my encouragement to you today is that we ought to make sure that we develop ourselves and secure ourselves, because if we are good, we will make sure that others are good. So you have to strive for better so that you enable the rest. You know, the best gift you can give this world is becoming independent. And so I believe the greatest gift you can give to society is understanding the element of interdependence. As you become dependent, how do you foster interdependence? That means you are not where you are because of yourself and for yourself. You are there for others. You are meant to contribute to the social well-being of your family, your community, your country, and the world at large. So today I want to ask you to strive for better, to strive and do good, because your deeds are not going unnoticed. Our scripture reading today comes out of the book of Hebrews chapter 6 verses 9 to 12. You know, in the previous verses that we dealt with yesterday, the author was actually quite firm and frank with us, saying, grow up, leave the basics behind. However, in verse 9, the author comes back and he kind of balances it out nicely. He says, you know, that while you are striving for perfection, I want you to know that you are already justified through the work that was done on the cross of Calvary. And this is a little bit confusing because he rebukes us in one manner and then he kind of settles us down. What a nice learning for us that are teachers of the word, that we should not only rebuke, but we should encourage. We should not only encourage, but we should also rebuke bad behavior and bad character traits, meaning we salt our words, we balance our words, and we balance them nicely. What is very nice in verse 10, he comes through and he says, listen here, although I know that you're striving for perfection, for excellence, and you're striving for all these things, I want you to know that God is noticing what you're doing. You may be stumbling and falling, but I want you to know that God is not unjust. He notices your work. He notices your love labor towards His name. And He notices how you minister to the saints and how you minister in general. And that makes me very excited, because it means amidst our challenges, amidst our difficulties, amidst our problems, God recognizes what we do and He values what we do. And so I want to stir you that you should continue to do good works, do works of generosity and do works of ministry. And you know, in verse 11, the author actually tells us that this is not just the work of pastors and leaders. This is supposed to be the lifestyle of every believer. And therefore, I want to encourage all of us today as we go into the day, let us show generosity. Let us secure ourselves, make sure that we're good. But let us not get so frozen that we don't reach out to help others. We are good because we are good to help others. So today, I want to encourage you never to stop trying and never to stop doing what you're doing. God sees what you do. He's not unjust. He's a faithful and He's a real God that cares about us. The reflection points for today is be encouraged. Although you may not be perfect, God sees what you do and you are justified through the cross of Calvary. Do you know that God notices what you do? He's interested in what we do. And there might be the perception that God is not interested in works. He doesn't want us to rely on works, but He's interested in what we do. So let us all become ministers of the Word to a dying and confused world. Let us also be followers of those that we see are doing well, and encourage them and follow them. And let's not just strive for get rich quick schemes. Let's pursue the wealth of God. So today, don't faint in doing well, even when it seems like it's not reciprocated. You know, my wife and I have always realized that there are people in your life that will continuously be a blessing in your life, and you won't be able to do anything for them. And there are other people you'll be doing things for, and they'll never be able to reciprocate. So don't faint in doing well when you see it's not being reciprocated. I trust that you are going to be blessed today. I trust that you're going to have a blessed week. Don't faint in doing well. Continue to do well. God notices your works. I know this has encouraged you. Please share with as many people as possible. We have WhatsApp voice messages and notes if you want this directly. Please also check us out like you do now on Facebook, YouTube, Insta, and Twitter. You can also check our website, www.c3lifechanges.com, where you'll find links to our social media platforms. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. ALR out of here. God bless.